IQ Flow Presence. 11 signs you were born to be a loner. If your idea of a good time is curling up with a good book on the couch or watching your favorite show instead of brunching and clubbing, this one might be for you. Those who like to be alone consider it a win when they go a whole day without talking to anyone. And generally, they tend to have deeper relationships with themselves and their pets than with other humans. If you can relate, chances are you don't feel the need to be validated by others, nor do you seek constant company just to have someone to share thoughts with. And that isn't a bad thing. While the term loner has acquired certain negative connotations, it doesn't mean that being one is in any way undesirable. In fact, you are likely of higher intelligence than your more outgoing counterparts. So here are 11 signs you were born to be a loner. Number 1. You're a very private person. You're a very private person. Doesn't matter what's happening, you could have gotten the biggest job promotion of your life, or you might have been struggling with your startup, no one would ever know. You deal with the best and worst of times on your own, with no celebrations or consolations. What's more, you don't feel the need to share these moments either. You might feel like it's completely unnecessary or just don't want to spend your energy on things like that. Either way, you're a private person and prefer to handle your affairs without dragging others into it. Number 2. You like to do most things by yourself. You like to do most things by yourself. Were you that kid in class who always preferred working alone? Did you always avoid group activities and projects? Are you that person who sits alone in a coffee shop? Being alone can really give you perspective on things and help you get organized, which is likely why you enjoy doing things by yourself. Most people would feel awkward or embarrassed being seen alone at the movies or a restaurant. But you feel empowered, free, and relaxed doing things solo. Number 3. You aren't glued to your smartphone. You aren't glued to your smartphone. In the age of social media and instant gratification, it's hard for people to put their phones down. But not for you. The last thing you want to do is share the tiniest details of your life with the entire world. So whether you had an amazing pizza for lunch or are vacationing on an island, nobody would ever know. You despise pointless phone calls and tiresome text messages, so you don't call or text unless necessary, and social media is pretty much useless to you. Number 4. You're out of reach for long periods of time. You're out of reach for long periods of time. Is your family used to you not answering your phone or dropping off the face of the earth? It used to worry them not being able to speak to you for days or months on end, but they now understand that your ability to socialize has its limits. You simply don't feel so compelled to constantly stay in touch. So if you aren't picking up your phone, you're just likely recharging by doing something you like, whether it's reading or doing art. For you, learning and creating stuff is a much more useful way to spend your time than catching up on the latest family news. Number 5. You prefer to work as a freelancer. You prefer to work as a freelancer. One thing you would never put on your resume is team player. There is nothing more tedious to you than working with a bunch of people, which is why a 9-to-5 will never be for you. The structures are too rigid, you have to play by too many pointless rules, and let's not even begin with office Christmas parties and signing those birthday cards. You do your best work alone where you're in charge of the schedule and have 100% creative control. Number 6. You don't like going to social events. You don't like going to social events. Why spend New Year's in a group of drunk people yelling at the top of their lungs when you could easily spend the night on your own doing things you like? Most of the time, you think of a social event as something that eats up your time. That's because you value your time greatly and don't like wasting it on something you don't enjoy doing. It doesn't necessarily mean you hate hanging out with your friends. It just means you want the interaction to be meaningful and not a fleeting moment aided by booze. Number 7. Your headphones are your armor. Your headphones are your armor. Do you wear your headphones just so people won't talk to you? You probably aren't even listening to music most of the time. You just want to keep strangers at bay. To look unapproachable, you throw on a pair of headphones everywhere you go, whether it's grocery shopping or just walking down the street. It helps keep the world at a distance, making you feel more comfortable, both physically and spiritually. Number 8. You don't like sharing your bed with anyone. While most people want that special someone to cuddle up with at night, you just want your bed to yourself. Sure, having someone is nice, but not at the expense of your personal space and duvet. And besides, who wants to wake up to loud snoring or sleep talking? You can't take that risk. Sleep, just like alone time, is precious to you. Number 9. Drama isn't your thing. Drama isn't your thing. A lot of people can't resist drama, and some even create it. But you can't stand it and want no part of someone else's either. You aren't theatrical in your storytelling if you ever do tell a story, and you would never share a secret someone trusted you with. Anything unnecessary or irrational, you make sure to stay far away from. And since you don't like others meddling in your life, you try to interfere less in other people's lives, too. Number 10. You enjoy traveling solo. You enjoy traveling solo. Most people usually travel with friends or family, or maybe they hire a tour guide to explore a new place. But not you. There is something so appealing to you about being in a foreign land where nobody knows you. The mystery. And you're free to do everything by yourself. Besides, traveling with others isn't without its downfalls. There's always someone who sleeps late, complains about walking too much, or wants to do something different. You don't see why you should make compromises when it's your trip, especially when you paid for it. So it's easier to just do things on your own and your way. Number 11. You're happiest alone. You're happiest alone. You are most peaceful and content when you are by yourself. Whether that's at home, in a coffee shop, a library, or a foreign land, you feel no pressure to impress or compromise. Instead, you're living life exactly as you please and aren't concerned about what others might think. Your choices reflect your genuine self, and that is the essence of independence. Unlike most people, loners truly enjoy being on their own. For you, alone time is a time to reflect, organize, set goals, and achieve them. You do your best work alone, and you don't worry about looking cool or impressing people with your lifestyle. Not to say that being a loner is always easy, but you wouldn't trade it in for the world. Everyone has the right to be who they are, and if you are happy with your life, there's really no need to change a thing. What do you think? Can you see yourself in this list? Are you a born loner? Share your thoughts and comments below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends so we can keep making them. For more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and remember to click on the notification bell. Also, be sure to check out our other videos as well. Thanks for watching.